tell you it's going.
The red light is on and the screen is lit up.
Hello, welcome to the No More Bohica podcast. I'm here today with my good buddy Ramsey, the Angry Muslim, and joining us by phone is Pete Capoletti, the Poobah, fishing for answers in Minnesota. Say hello, Poobah.
Hello, Poobah.
And then here to my left is they call me Bruce Drager. And we're the No More Bohica cast, and we're here to talk about stuff in our life that is good, bad, and ugly. And to get started, the first thing we want to talk about, since this is Martin Luther King week, is holidays. So we have 3 Christians in the group and 1 Muslim, so let's just get these out of the way. Tied for number 1 in our hearts are Christmas and Easter, both the birth and resurrection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm assuming that Ramadan is your favorite holiday? Or what is your favorite holiday, my friend?
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the best time of the year.
All right. Well, there you have it. So on the topic of holidays, I think there's holidays that don't make a lot of sense, and then there's holidays that make a lot of sense. And one that makes a lot of sense to me is Martin Luther King Day. To me, it's more than just a celebration of, the civil rights movement and a great man's life and whatever else you want to put on it. To me, it's bigger than that. It's a celebration of our evolution as human beings, where we took a step forward as human beings in our society and changed from our mistakes of the past, things that we still need to keep doing, right? I could think of some future holidays we could use, like an end to racism and bigotry. That'd be a big one. But to me, it's a big holiday because it symbolizes more than just one man's life and one man's struggle. It's a turning point in society. It's a step forward in our evolution as human beings, our step forward in a world where we can come together and survive together as one human race. So that's why I like that holiday. That and the fact that I worked in banks for decades and I got an extra day off.
You get a day off.
Yeah, that helped a lot. But in all seriousness, to me, it's a serious holiday. One that should be celebrated by everybody, regardless of what color you are or religion or anything else. I mean, it's a landmark in our evolution as a people. A landmark in our evolution as a country is Independence Day, right? That's fun. That's a great holiday. Who doesn't love that?
So, Gary, I would have to say I think that's my favorite holiday, not just because it's America, red, white, and blue. It's in the middle of summer. Everyone takes, 3, 4, 5 days off. And, the weather's great. Everyone's boating, and it's summertime. And my birthday is July 1st, and it always seems to spill over into the July 4th holiday, so that's my favorite holiday.
A 4-day birthday. God, you've always been so blessed that way.
Gary, I think you've spent the 4 days with me a number of times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I miss being in Minnesota for the 4th of July. I mean, I'm sure Bruce does too. I mean, we don't get much in the way of fireworks out here. It's nothing like Minnesota, the land of 10,000 plus lakes. 20,000 lakes, depends on who you listen to.
Oh yeah, there's nothing better than a small town and a 4th of July parade and all the food and all everyone dressed up.
In Minnesota, you can sit anywhere and see tons of fireworks. Every town has a big deal, and then like downtown, they have huge ones. Remember, we used to go there a lot when we were young. That was a good time. What other holidays do we care for?
Labor Day.
Not care for? Labor Day. Do we like Labor Day?
Yeah, it's the last weekend of the summer.
Last weekend of the summer. Labor Day.
I was gonna say, so Memorial Day starts it, right? Labor Day kind of ends it. 4th of
July 4th squished in the middle.
It's the peak of it.
What about like President's Day? I mean, why call it President's Day? Why not call it Abraham Lincoln Day? Because then we'd have something to actually celebrate. But when you call it President's Day, are we supposed to celebrate all the presidents that we don't like? I mean, seriously.
It's just another day off.
Or like, are we
Day
supposed to celebrate? Yeah, that's true. I mean, working in banks was another day off, but.
Yeah, there's a bunch of presidents I'd rather not celebrate.
I mean, are we celebrating Calvin Coolidge? Or you know, some of these other guys that were turned out.
Grover Cleveland.
Yeah, Grover. Are we celebrating Grover?
Did Trump say anything about Martin Luther King Day?
I don't know. I get all my news about Trump from you guys. I don't. And when
It'd be interesting to
when
see
I go
what
to
he
the
said.
gym, when I go to the gym, I watch the news.
It
So
was really kind of overlooked. I would venture to say it was it was somewhat overlooked.
Isn't it his 1 year anniversary for Trump on Martin Luther King? Isn't that the president's
I think it
anniversary?
was. I think you're right.
We've had just 1 year of Trump. That's all it's been.
Only a year.
Oh my God.
Well,
it seemed like more.
It's only been 1
Well,
year.
it's
who cares if Donald Trump
It's
said
5 years.
enough stuff about Martin Luther King Day? He's not on this show, so we're here to say nice things about Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
And how much we appreciate it. And we're white people, okay, that love that holiday and what it stands for and what it means for our evolution as a people. But other holidays we could question. How about St. Patty's Day?
Awesome.
Do they? Yeah, but do they really get that drunk in Ireland? I heard that they don't. I heard that's kind
on
of
St.
a-
Patrick's Day in
American.
Ireland, it's more of a religious holiday.
It's not a run around and get drunk and
No.
act like an idiot
No,
day.
we were there. I was there on a company function, and it was all of it. It was all people from wherever.
So I've noticed as I get older, and the older you get, I think the more this makes sense, that we have several holidays that should just be called drunk idiot days. Think about it. I mean, there's New Year's Eve, right? There's St. Patty's Day.
Cinco de Mayo.
There's Cinco de Mayo. Thank you. There's Halloween. Okay. What's that? 4 already?
Mardi Gras.
Marty.
And I mean, they should call the 4th of July plus Drunk Idiot Day. So that
Yeah,
counts.
add that to the list too.
That counts as a 5th.
The day before Thanksgiving.
And for alcoholics, you got to include Memorial Day and Labor Day. That's up to 7
Yeah,
days.
I think they could all be drunk idiot day if you.
There's New Year's Day. I think would be like an extra Drunk Idiots Day, especially for people that are hair of the dog people.
Yeah, because there's football or
You know, and right, there's plenty of sports to watch that day. That's my father's birthday, so for me it was always a special day.
New Year's Day.
Yeah, he was born on New Year's
Wow.
Day. So in any case, what holidays are we missing? We have to be missing some.
Columbus Day.
Flag Day.
Okay,
Thanksgiving.
we're not going to make fun of this holiday, but I don't know anything about it. I used to. My daughter taught me a few years ago, and I forgot. But Kwanzaa, you guys heard of that? It's a holiday.
Yeah. What's
That-
kind of Christmassy?
You're right. It's you know what? We'll have to look into that and maybe talk about it next holiday season. That's
Andy winter solstice.
is that an actual holiday?
No, some people instead of Christmas and Thanksgiving is winter solstice, but
So
don't get me started.
didn't they like make up holidays like Juneteenth or something? What the hell is that? Does anybody know?
Yeah, that's the
That's like the black holiday, I think.
Oh, it
Juneteenth
is?
Black holiday.
Yeah.
Well, I thought
Juneteenth, isn't that like? Well, and then there's
Is that like
June is,
June
Pride
9th?
month.
Say that again. June 19th or something. 17th.
Isn't that Juneteenth? I think that's like the black celebration, and then
So
the
I'm-
month of June is Gay Pride Month.
I'm not very hip on that. I know there's Gay Pride Month. I'm cool with that. You know, whatever.
Yeah. we
That's
should
not really well, I guess that's a holiday for some people, I suppose, but taking a whole month off is kind of weird.
because you have federal holidays, which are bank holidays, and then you have holidays that aren't federal holidays.
So I think we
So
covered all
the bank holidays are when they shut down and stop stealing your money.
Valentine's Day.
Right.
Right.
Okay, I got that. All right, and then the other ones are just for us to hang out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, so we've identified some cool holidays and some silly drunk people holidays, and then there's one holiday. Oh, we left out Columbus Day. I think Columbus Day and President's Day, those are two holidays that don't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe they shut the government down so they can steal more money. Did you ever think of that?
No, but that makes a lot of sense.
It seems, seems to be the contrarian theory here might be the best, especially considering the state of our checks and balances, of which there appear to be none in the state of Minnesota. So, wow. Before we get into the state of Minnesota, we should talk about some Bohica that I've experienced, and those of you that have watched the show before know that I have PTSD. Which is post-traumatic stress disorder, which can be a real bitch, pardon my French, to deal with at times. And in any case, I've been dealing with these publishers who scam me, kennel dog poo and the big Oswepe. I think I told the story about the big Oswepe in episode 1. And I've mentioned kennel dog poo. Got scammed by both of them. I'm working towards hopefully a new arrangement, and they're helping me try to recoup some of the money since what they did was illegal and all that jazz. So we'll see what happens. But all I can say is the publishing industry as a whole is some serious Bohicas. So if you ever write a book, be careful. Last but not least, I want to bring up my best ball endeavor to show how my theory could be applied to best ball and possibly end up with egg on my face. And you may notice this is the same shirt that I wore when I got pelted with eggs, which is good that I had that premonition because that's exactly what happened this season. I got pelted with eggs. I drafted Malik Neighbors on 25% of my teams, and I got smoked. He had knocked out a quarter of my teams when he got hurt, pretty much. And actually, I had some that actually did okay and won money, but for the most part, let's say I got ramsacked by injuries. It was a tough year that way for Biddy. And it's good that I did the egg toss video because now I don't have to humiliate myself in the future. I have video proof to show how humiliated I can be in both in the past and the future. So Poobah, now that I've exposed my personal humiliations, what can you tell us? What's going on in the state of Minnesota? We hear there's been a bit of a ruckus out there lately since the last show.
Yeah, so it's been an S show here for many weeks. I'm sure everybody saw the unfortunate situation of the lady in her vehicle who was trying to get in the way of federal ICE agents, and she was moving her car, and she got shot and killed. I mean, incredible tragedy, horrendous, horrific. We can argue about was she in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, but it's caused tons of issues and problems. There's rioting going on here in Minnesota nightly, even though it's 95 below zero. It hasn't seemed to stop or slow anything down. Lots of rioting, lots of problems, lots of issues. But I hear that our president is doubling down. He is talking about sending more troops in. He's talking about legal action against the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, the attorney general, Keith Ellison, both the mayors of St. Paul and Minneapolis being indicted for the horrendous, horrific fraud that I don't think anybody can pretend that didn't happen. $20 billion of hard-working away and laundered and flushed down the toilet. But if history is any indicator, I would say that nothing's going to happen and everyone's going to get reelected.
Wow. Did you say 20 billion?
Billion with a B, Gary. Billion with a B. And the
Wow.
other thing is,
I thought we were at 1.7 million a month ago.
So this is all happening here in Minnesota, and all of a sudden, some other states and some other people are like peeking under the covers of some other states, and Minnesota's not alone.
Oh, great.
Pardon my French, bullshit is happening in plenty of other states, not just Minnesota. Minnesota was the first one to go up in flames about it.
Well, it's good that Minnesota could be a leader at something. I mean,
certainly it's not our professional football team.
definitely not. And I don't think, when's the last time we won a college championship? 66 or something?
Maybe.
I know we won in 41 and 37 because my Uncle Victor played in 41 and my grandfather John played in 37.
Yeah, my Uncle Gino was on the 53 or 4 team that won something.
Uncle Gino, who is in the Patriot Hall of Fame. Is he in the
Patriot Hall of Fame?
Is he got a yellow jacket too, or just the Patriot Hall of Fame?
No, he's got the red jacket, Patriot Hall of Fame. Lots of people say he should have gotten the other one, but who am I to judge? But
Well,
he
yeah,
did very well for himself.
I remember the statistics. I mean, holy cow, he probably should have been in yellow jacket territory. Probably would be if he was still alive nowadays. Cause
the only jacket I have is the ones I bought for myself. So I don't know what happened to our athletic lineage.
Oh, I know what happened. Well, we were playing out of position. We both should have been.
Yep.
We both should have been fullbacks. We could have just crushed people.
Don't the Lynx have back-to-back championships?
We're talking about important shit like football. That's like,
Well,
what's more important than football?
championship.
Other than
Actually, you might be. Yeah, I think you might be right. They've been a good team.
the Lynx. Thank God for that. And the Twins. I mean, I watched the Twins win two World Series. Now, granted, that was back when I lived there.
91 and 88.
87, 91.
87.
Yeah, I went to the '87 World Series. It was quite an experience. I got to go to one game.
Yeah, the North Stars made it a couple times to the Stanley Cup, never won. As we all know, the Vikings made it to the Super Bowl 4 times, lost all 4 times. Been to the championship game a couple times, never could get there. So it's been a tough road for us Minnesota sports fans.
Yes, it has. And speaking of, as long as we're talking about football, which I think is a great, happy topic, as Viking fans, what is on our wish list? On my wish list is 2 things. I hope and wish that J.J. McCarthy can stay healthy for a full season. That would be my number 1 wish, and prove that he's not Glass Joe. And number 2 would be, I hope like heck they make a trade for Mac Jones or somebody good.
Right.
So we got a second option that we can at least win with. You know?
So Gary, we should go around the horn. Who do you got winning the Super Bowl?
Who do I think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Let's go around the horn.
I think, as a tortured Viking fan, that Sam Darnold is going to win the Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks this year. I've been feeling it since before the playoffs started. I'm feeling it even more now. If they beat the Rams, look out. What do you say, Bruce?
I think that's a very good possibility, but I'm gonna hold out hope for the Broncos. That defense.
Oh yeah, I'm totally.
I mean, that quarterback was loved. He's paid $12 million to do a job. All he's got to do is win 2 games.
He's out.
Well, no, the backup quarterback is a $12 million guy. Jarrett Stidham, who was drafted by the Patriots, and now he has a chance to beat the Patriots.
Oh yeah,
But,
that's a great story too. I mean, of course I'm rooting for Denver, and my hope is that Denver will win.
If I had to bet money, it'd be the Rams or the Seahawks. Probably.
But you asked me who I thought was going to win, so
Right.
I said I think Seattle's going to win. What do you think, Ramsey?
I think the Rams.
The Rams.
Rams
Yeah.
are your favorite.
The Rams are a team that has finished. They're a team that knows how to finish.
They are a good team.
They don't choke. They're not chokers.
Yeah,
That's the one that
they got
experts liked going into the
MVP
playoffs.
quarterback and Bohica.
But I think it'd be poetic justice for us Viking fans if it's
Yeah,
Rams won the
yeah.
Super Bowl. What do you think, Poobah? You think it's going to be the Patriots?
So if I had to bet my, life savings on it, which is not much, I would say the Seattle Seahawks. But my heart says, and my family lineages says, the Patriots.
The Patriots. Right on.
Let's go LFG.
Well, if you said anyone but the Patriots, I'd be disappointed.
Right.
Being the nephew of the famous Gino Cappelletti.
There you go.
So
I got grandkids out in Boston, and so they're all Patriots fans. That wouldn't hurt my feelings.
right on. All right. So what else do we have going on here? First of all, what pumped up? I just gotta backtrack a second. What pumped up? We were at 1.7 billion a month ago, and you said it's 20 billion in fraud now. Like, wow.
Yeah, 20 billion. That's what all the news shows are saying. And here's the other thing. I mean, if they're like saying, yeah, reports are blah blah blah. It looks to be approximately 20 billion. That means it was probably closer to 40.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
And that's only within, this is mostly within Medicare, Medicaid, whatever. But Medicaid includes home health care, the daycares, the doctors who submit false claims, the people that drive these people around. That's a big umbrella.
The
But-
other thing was that I heard on the news is that millions and millions and millions of dollars went right out of MSP Airport in suitcases. It's just inexcusable. Millions of dollars in cash went out of MSP in suitcases to other countries.
Right, to Somalia mostly.
And the drug docs couldn't smell all the cocaine on
I think
the bills?
I think what he's saying is they documented it, right?
Yes, they documented it.
And they
It's
said,
on record. You
I-
can't. I said, hey, just drop one of those suitcases off over at my house,
Right.
and
Because they had a source of the cash. The cash was from
it's
It
on
wasn't
record.
just-
It's
they had
disgusting.
And so things have gotten kind of dark for Somalis there, I take it, with all the riots and ICE. What can you tell us about ICE? Other than they shot and killed a woman for trying to drive away.
Yeah, and then the mayor of Minneapolis. The mayor of Minneapolis encouraged the Minneapolis Police Department to engage and fight ICE.
Really?
And the police chief of Minneapolis, who is a friend of the mayor, looked at him and said, "That ain't happening." So it's been, I think the mayor of Minneapolis is probably very scared about what could be coming his way with all this fraud and money laundering and everybody.
And he got indicted by Trump, so he's.
Yeah, so he's freaking out. And he told his order to the Minneapolis police was engage and fight ICE. And the police chief said that's not happening.
Wow.
It's a mess, dude. Because now you got
It's terrible.
I
Terrible.
mean,
Thank God it's
what?
19 below zero.
Why would he be
And it's
stupid
keeping
enough to?
a lot of people off the streets. If this was the middle of summertime, it could be Civil War or World War III.
Yeah.
If it was summertime.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
it's literally freezing below zero here.
I worry about my daughter. She goes to college, lives in a dorm in downtown Minneapolis.
I would be worried. Yeah, all my kids live at home, and thank God they do.
Yeah, no shit. Way up in Forest Lake, fishing for answers. You know. Wow. I didn't. You know. I should probably watch the news and pay more attention so I can tell you guys what's happening. But the truth
It's
is,
hard to though, Gary. I mean,
yeah.
You can't just like get all. You can't just.
When you have PTSD, the last thing you want to do is sit and watch
Yes.
negativity. Negativity
Everyone's
is like
fighting and arguing, and yeah, it's not good.
and I mean, we can't turn a blind eye to it because we're talking about current events and stuff. But at the same time, I don't have to sit and drown myself in the news either to get the gist of what's happening in my previous home state. Anything else anybody want to add to what's going on, to what Pete said, or should we move on to the next topic?
I'm just confused, and Pete, maybe you can help. Like, let's say the governor kind of preemptively says, I'm gonna put the National Guard on alert. And in the past, the president has brought in the National Guard for different things, right? When there was riots in different places. So the governor can say, I control the National Guard, I'm gonna put them on alert, while you got the ICE doing their jobs, and somewhat, a couple percent of them are, 2% of every group of people, shit goes sideways. But then you've got the president saying, well, I'll bring in actual U.S. Army troops. Then you got the police, and then you got the sheriffs, and you got the federal, the FBI. Do we just have too many groups of these people?
It's super confusing. So,
who's in charge of it?
Yeah, the governor of Minnesota controls the Minnesota National Guard. Minnesota men and women who have jobs 40 hours a week, and also are in the Minnesota National Guard, and he controls them. And then from a federal level, obviously President Trump's got the Army, probably I think another faction of some form of a National Guard, and ICE,
FBI,
FBI, CIA, etc. But the Minnesota governor controls the Minnesota National Guard and the Minneapolis St. Paul Police Department, and the sheriff department's probably right around. But it's
state troopers.
State troopers, right? Yeah. So it's a giant, colossal, F show all the way around, and there's citizens that are getting involved and getting in the way and disrupting law enforcement, people that are, trying to follow their orders and enforce laws that are on the books. It's just it's a really, really bad situation.
So let me ask you
Wait,
this.
I got one
question.
quick question to clarify. The people are getting in the way of the ICE officials or other types of law enforcement officials?
Well, so far it seems that citizens are getting in the way of ICE and trying to keep them from doing their job, which however you want to look at it, is enforcing the laws that are on the books. They don't like them enforcing, again, it seems to be laws that are on the books, and they're getting in the way and disrupting them from doing it, and it's causing nothing but.
Following them.
All right. So I'm torn. I'm really torn on that whole issue myself personally.
I am
Me
too.
too.
I am too.
Half of me is happy that they're getting in the way of the ICE people, and the other half of me thinks that they're stupid
You can't just get in the way of
breaking the law
officials that are enforcing laws that are on the books. If you don't like those laws that are on the books,
yeah.
you need to get those laws changed. Should you be jumping in the middle and keeping them from enforcing them? I don't know.
Right. I mean, I think they should, who knows? If it were me, I think I would be like filming it with my camera, but I wouldn't be getting in their way. I try to.
They're doing that and a whole lot more here.
Yeah. But then they kind of earned that when they shot that poor lady in the face, didn't they?
Absolutely. I mean, that was horrendous.
How do you
Shouldn't have
defend?
been there, getting in the way, parked in the middle of the street, and honking horns and causing problems. No, but did she deserve what she got? No,
No.
is
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, well, so just before we turn it over to Ramsey, sorry, Ramsey. The guy that shot this woman, any word on what's going to happen to that dude? Is he going to get
Nothing.
prosecuted?
Nothing.
Nothing's going to happen. to him?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They've done exactly what they've done in another country where they claim you're a terrorist and there's no more charges.
Fuck.
So now you become a domestic terrorist and they neutralize the terrorist. So here's my question to you, Pua, because America is so great, right? This is your great country. So unless you commit a crime, you don't have to identify yourself to law enforcement. Okay? When you change that law, then ICE can go around fucking around with people like they do in Nazi Germany, where you see somebody who looks like a gypsy, you ask him for ID. That's what they're doing in Minnesota. Police cannot pull Gary over and ask him for an ID before they identify a crime. That's American law. You know, and that's the problem that I have with this ICE Fs. You know, you cannot just pick up a random person because he looks Chinese and ask him for ID. Unless he's committed a crime or you specifically know that this person is here illegally. You cannot ask a person for an ID. You know, I know these guys, they act like monkeys. I saw a little monkey the other day. ICE wanted to scan his face like they scan my face. I have a driver's license. They have a negative of my face. They scan my face. It identifies me. I came from a place where you're not used to talking like that to law enforcement. You know, we're not used to talking to law enforcement like that. You know, if law enforcement stops you and they get you out of the car, you better start cooperating before they break your bones. Yeah, I mean, but you got these guys now, oh, you know, you can't scan my face. Why do you want to scan my face? I have the right for you not to scan my face. No, fucker, they want to identify you right then and there. The face scan is going to identify you right then and there. If you don't want to be identified, they drag your ass to a jail, to where you want to be identified, then you can leave the jail. But the question is, it's illegal. Unless you've actually committed a crime, they cannot ask you for ID. It's American law. So the mayor of Minnesota is right. These ICE agents, they are not immune to the law. Trump has told them they're immune.
And the only problem is the previous presidential administration let 20 million undocumented people walk across the border.
They were not Somalis. Somalis didn't walk across the border. That's the...
Which caused a big problem, and for right or for wrong, the new administration's trying to get their arms around that, and it's been ugly. It's been ugly every step of the way.
Well, Ramsey's right. They don't use probable cause, so they're not technically law enforcement, because law enforcement, you need probable cause before you take action, and that is pretty effing scary. Let's watch our language, people.
It is scary, and the way I look at it, you know how a SWAT team will show up at a house because there's a threat there, somebody that they're looking for, he's got a warrant, she's got a warrant, they know who they're looking for. You don't ever get in the way of a SWAT team, right? You're like, oh, SWAT's here, get out, go into your house, close the door. Now ICE has to do that in some cases. They have targeted people they're looking for. Most people don't have a problem with that. If you're going after a criminal and you know their name and what they look like and where they lived last, and you go looking for them or at their job where they worked last, 99% I would say close to, go get them. That has morphed into, well, we've run out of people to target because we either can't find them, we don't know where they are, there's only so many. Well, now we got to get our bonus. Did you know they pay a $3,000 bonus every month if you catch X amount of people? So now you go out in the street and you're like, oh, you might be illegal.
So they get bonuses for catching extra people.
They get bonuses.
I did not know that.
Yep. So that turns it into a catch. ask questions later, however you wanna say it. And that's what's really turned people off, exactly what Ramsey said. I shouldn't have to show you my paperwork unless you can reasonably articulate that I've committed suspicion of a crime.
A bonus like that is only gonna lead to bad behavior.
It's what it is.
They're collecting immigrants on benefits. That's all it is. If
So-
you're an immigrant
They should
collecting
just
benefits,
pay
they're
him
picking
a
you up.
salary.
The anger has come from that, not from I'm looking for a specific person.
No, it's
Right.
profiling. It's racial profiling.
It's absolutely profiling.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
And they're paid on commission. It's like when we did mortgages, you know? You figure out the commission plan and you maximize it.
Right, that's true. I mean,
So,
yeah, I mean, like loans that would be on the borderline at the end of the month, at the beginning of the
Like,
month. You wouldn't mind so much if they got pushed in the
I
next
can
month if
sweep
you're having
this
a
back.
crappy month.
but there should be no bonus for that. You can have a bonus for time on the job or something, but not for how many people you capture.
Yeah,
Because there's no penalty to capture you and then let you go. That still counts as a capture.
No, man, you're complicating it. Just change the law. Change the law. If law enforcement asks you for an ID, you have to identify yourself right then and there. You can always go to a civil lawsuit if you feel like
Ramsey's
they
right.
poked you in a way
I don't
they
have a
shouldn't.
huge problem with that.
They-
I've
they-
never not shown my ID.
At 9/11,
Congress
at
needs to
9/11,
change
if
the
Gary
law.
came up
That's
to
the
me
way
and said
to
he
do it.
wanted my ID, I'd give his white personality my ID.
I
Just
don't
because
have
he's
a
feeling
problem with
threatened
that.
during 9/11. Oh, you look Middle Eastern. Here you go, my friend.
They scan your ID now at half the places when you buy a
Yeah.
Powerball.
At the
ticket.
airport, they scan.
Oh, they scan your phone.
Just to buy a Powerball ticket now, you gotta get scanned.
Here's the deal about it, okay? There's people out there, you know, I have my Facebook. I have a picture of me on my Facebook. It's not for anybody, it's actually for law enforcement.
Is it one of
Here's-
your pretty pictures? Where you
No, I mean there's one in the profiles where they can go and be like, you know, is that you? Yeah, guys, I'm not hiding. I didn't wear a mask. I didn't AI myself. I'm very identifiable to you. They have my fingerprints. I haven't gone, oh, I haven't committed a crime. Why do you need my fingerprints? For the database. Great, guys, here it is. So next time when you need me, I can just put my finger on your device and we're done talking.
Right.
Here you go,
I
guys.
must have been fingerprinted at
Here's
least
my
a
finger.
dozen
Well, right.
times in the mortgage business.
And it's different for us white men. It's a little different.
Yeah,
I can see why people are so upset because what happened to "Don't Tread on Me"? That was 1775
Well, here's the deal.
to 2025. Now it's comply or die, buddy. Well, what happened to "Don't Tread on Me"? Comply or die.
I wish our government had the same fervor towards going after these scammers of all types.
The
Rather-
problem is they're all in on it, Gary.
We just
That's
said, nobody goes to
sad, but-
jail. The employer of these illegal immigrants, whether they committed a crime or not, the employer never gets charged.
They're not illegal.
Well,
They
I
get
mean,
ITIN
I
numbers.
mean,
The slaves
Right.
get ITIN numbers and they go work for
Well,
Amazon.
they might have they might
Me
have
and you can't hire
overstayed.
them.
Let's not use words like slaves. Okay?
Well, it is a slave.
They
It's
might
slave
have,
labor.
They may have overstayed their thing, so
I'm
they're
a slave.
due to be deported.
No, they brought them in for slave labor. Their main purpose is for these people not to become citizens. We want them to be migrant workers. We want them to eventually go home, but that's not the case. We bring in a Hindu. He comes and works in high tech. He brings his wife. They have 10 children. He brings his mom. He brings his dad. And that dollar does not cycle back into our economy. That's who they want to get out. Not people like, oh, are you a Muslim? Yeah, guys, I pay taxes. I work in America. I've never sent a dollar out of America. And all I buy is American junk food.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything I do is here.
Right, and a lot of the
All my bad behavior
A lot
is
of the-
just as
a
American.
lot of the farm laborers do send their money back to Mexico.
Yeah, that's who
We
they're
don't-
looking
We
for.
don't do bad behaviors anymore.
No, that's who they're looking for.
Our bad behavior days
You
are
know?
way in the past.
But
And-
then again, who is going to do some of those jobs?
But we're not clear on it because we have this line where we're trying not to discriminate. I said, guys, there's nothing to discriminate. If somebody came illegally across the border, in any other country, they would shoot you. These guys snuggling under fences and border patrol corralling them. This is an American thing. Any other country, you might get shot at that border.
Yeah, we're the only country.
Nobody's
that
trying to
doesn't have
sneak
a
in like
border.
that.
Right.
Nobody.
Our law states it's a
Nobody.
civil violation, so we need to change the law.
Nobody.
I mean,
You go to Israel, try to sneak.
Big water jug there.
If you try to sneak under the fence, I wouldn't recommend it. I honestly wouldn't
I would
recommend it.
never sneak into North Korea.
I wouldn't even like come with you.
Iran.
China, Russia, go try to sneak into one of those countries.
Exactly.
Well, those hikers that snuck in Iran all got busted or killed, right?
No, they got returned to.
Like they made it back to the U.S. I know that, but
They gave them back. What do they want?
they got the business for a little while.
And they like
So
desecrate a.
what is this talk about this $2,000 bonus that we're supposed to get next fall?
Oh, the tariff,
The
the tariff bonus.
the tariff bonus.
The Doge bonus? Doge bonus?
Hey, I'm all for it. I'll take it.
Or no, the Doge bonus was
Does,
5,000.
does everybody get that? Like even people that
Never bought anything.
Not high incomers.
that aren't high income?
I mean, well, obviously, they're trying. The Republican Party is going to be trying to buy votes, so they'll probably try to dish it out as far as they can.
Huh. Well, I hope they're right. Is that per person?
I don't know. I've just heard that.
Per family, I suppose?
No.
Yeah, it's the tariff bonus being dished out to American taxpayers or Americans, I guess. I don't know, but that's what I hear. It's coming out.
Is this
Before the election, everyone's going to get a $2,000 tariff bonus because how great the tariffs were, and you're always going to check in the mail.
this doesn't smell like one of those money printing scandals like we've had in
So
every
I
other
thought,
presidency?
hey, if you want my vote, I'm going to need a couple more zeros there.
No doubt, huh?
Well,
But
the
Yeah, that's not, hey, you know what? It's not the checkout cash, but if you really want me to support your efforts, like a couple more zeros, please.
yeah, like our food prices have doubled,
Yeah,
and
Triple.
tripled in some cases.
But the Supreme Court hasn't ruled on this.
No, Trump doesn't understand what tariffs are. He
I
doesn't know
had
who
to
pays
quit
them.
eating chocolate.
But they still have to rule on
Chocolate's
it.
like,
Trump doesn't know what
Before-
they pay. No, he's charging them.
No, I know, but they have to rule on whether he is allowed to continue doing it.
Like if you go buy a Toyota, it's probably 10 grand more expensive because of the tariffs. But that's coming out of your pocket. The Japanese are not paying that 10 grand.
right.
And that's what
exactly
Trump
how it
is
works in
like
the
feeding
cars.
it to us backwards. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? These tariffs is money you're charging us.
But most Toyotas aren't made in Japan, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, all the tariffs
Most are
that he
actually made
raises.
here in the U.S.
Well, that's why coffee.
You know?
Coffee.
It's the American cars that are made out of the country, not the Toyotas. That's,
Yeah, I mean, whichever vehicle.
I mean, you want to talk facts? Most
Yeah.
Toyotas are made here in the United
Yeah.
States. Most Fords are made in other countries. Same for General Motors. And whatever. Who cares, right? I mean, the whole concept of American made and stuff. I mean, that flamed out, I don't know, decades ago.
Well, that's because of the tariffs. There's tariffs on steel. We can't import aluminum because it's too expensive. Can't import lumber. It's too expensive.
They deported all our jobs to other countries because they couldn't afford the American workers, remember? That was the big scandal decades ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we were growing up. And, it's just is what it is, I guess.
Well, we did issue
We're a
money
capitalist
during
economy. We've
during
turned into a
COVID.
service economy.
Remember there was COVID. There
Been
was
for decades now.
so there's a mechanism in place to send checks to people because they did it during COVID.
Oh yeah. Well,
I didn't get one. I don't know if you did.
we got money when Obama was president. We got some rebate then too.
Should have just given us food stamps.
And didn't we get a rebate? We got some kind of rebate when Biden was president. Yeah, because of COVID, I guess. But there's been multiple rebates. I don't even remember them all. Sometimes, like here, the one nice thing about Colorado is we've got a lot of natural resources in Colorado as it is, And then you add our other most famous natural resource, marijuana, and you have, we are flush with tax money in our state because of the natural resources, let's call them. Okay, all of them, both the green ones, the black ones, and everything in between. Not every state has that. Like in Minnesota, what generates revenue? I know there's the Iron Range up north. There's tons of
So what really
conservation stuff.
generates a lot of revenue in Minnesota, Gary, is Somali daycare.
Somali daycare. That's a great way to make money in the state of
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Brad, I'm gonna start one. I started 2 or 3. I'm gonna start another couple.
You know, that's just a
I think they just pointed the finger at a
sure brilliant
community.
plan.
Tax-free.
I don't think that those Somalis took 20 billion.
No, what?
Well, there's got to be way more.
You're counting, again,
I mean,
COVID,
we found
COVID
the
fraud was
1.7
way
a
bigger.
month ago.
The fraud in the COVID thing was way bigger, and that happened in every state in the country.
They built a new country called
It
Somaliland.
happened all over the world, I think.
That's how they funded Somaliland. They bought Somaliland with that money.
Hopefully, COVID taught us to be a little more skeptical in the future.
And now they need Somalis to populate it. So they're going to take American Somalis to Somaliland.
So, what do you think our old buddy Nick Fuentes would say about COVID? Does anybody know what he said about it?
I don't pay attention to that guy.
You know, I'm gonna start paying attention to him. I know we said a bunch of nice things about him in the last episode.
They only show these little brief snippets, so you
No,
can't-
he's compromised.
You can't.
Nick is
you know,
compromised.
I want to hear what you have to say about that. But my brother had a fit when he said that I liked some of his videos. I mean, I like the fact that he stood up and talked about how the Israeli government was slaughtering innocent people. I give him kudos for that. You know, some of the stuff he said about our government, I think, has been spot on. However, as my brother pointed out and showed me, he also claimed in 2022 that he's just like Hitler. I don't know what that means, so I guess I'd have to talk to him personally to find out, but on the surface that looks pretty effing crazy and bad. Okay, and then I guess he's pretty anti-gay, but I haven't seen that from any of the videos that I've watched yet, but I will be watching him in the future, and if he is truly anti-anybody, then I can't get behind the guy at all, because my whole philosophy is that it's together we stand, divided we fall, and together means everybody. That would include gay people and people of all colors and creeds and races and religions, ladyboys, however you want to.
Yeah, that's your thing. Nick Fuentes is a conservative Christian.
Yeah, that I get.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you know what a
So
conservative Christian
tell me what
is.
you were talking about earlier about Nick, how he.
No, I saw a weird interview of his, you know, where he kind of just laid down for Piers Morgan and was kind of extreme on some issues, which I know is not his point. I know it's not his point. Like, you can come and say, I'm misogynistic. Why? You're here, you have a stay-at-home mom. He thinks moms should stay at home, raise kids, and man should work. It's pretty normal.
Well,
But they made it sound like,
That's what everyone would hope for, right?
yeah, but they made it sound like it was
Like that.
crazy. Like he's forcing her to stay at home. Nobody forced you to stay at home, lady. You can go be a man. You can wear a strap on and put on a beard and act like a dude at work.
Just because a woman works doesn't mean she's a man.
No, I'm saying, like, you know, there's women out there that are super aggressive. Renee Good that got shot, she was one of those women. She wasn't ladylike. I saw the video. She was not
You're
ladylike.
talking about the woman in Minnesota.
Yeah, you cannot shoot somebody for disorderly
Wow.
conduct or for fleeing a police. You cannot shoot somebody for
You
fleeing.
can't shoot somebody for being an a-hole either, so if that's what you mean by not ladylike. then-
No, she was no, it's threatening. There's difference.
Well-
Ladylike is different. If I pull you over and pull your mom over, two different people, you know, you start giving that resistance, you know, they look at you, big guy. The cop is thinking, I don't want any of this shit.
Right, yeah.
He
you
sees
know-
a woman like your mom, okay, she's older. Maybe she's looking at me like a child. Maybe she's being a little bit difficult, you know. Let's call a lady sergeant out here to talk to her. Madame, we need to talk to you. Okay, you have her license plate number, guys. You can pull it up. You can see who she is. You can come to her house, pick her up. You don't have to stop her right then and there. Hey, lady.
So that's a really long analogy. I'm getting lost.
No, she got shot because she was she had a,
She was aggressive and she got shot. So
No.
she was acting like an asshole.
she was acting like a dude. She was being a little bit more aggressive than a woman. She wasn't acting woman-like with them.
Well, I've seen plenty of aggressive women in my life.
Yeah, this one, but she wasn't aggressive enough to the point where they felt like life threatened by her.
Yeah, yeah.
She wasn't life threatening.
Yeah. I think that's been well established.
Yeah. You know, if you came up to me and said, yeah, if it was like some dude on meth and he looked Venezuelan, he had 13 tattooed here, 4 teardrops
So I
on
got
his face.
lost. What sent you down this rabbit hole? I got lost. Where were you going? Where did you start? You lost me a long time
It
ago.
was on,
No, we were talking
Nick
about.
Fuentes, did he have an opinion on that shooting? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been looking to see if he's got any
But,
videos.
I mean, just.
Bob, have you seen anything new from Nick Fuentes lately?
He said that she was in the wrong place at the wrong time doing the wrong thing, and it was her fault.
Well, that sounds like a correct assessment based on everything I've heard. I mean, it's not her fault she pulled the trigger, but it's her fault she provoked the guy. No doubt about that.
That's what Fuentes said. I saw him say it.
Yeah, she might have a little bit of fault for being there and doing what she did, but she didn't deserve that.
So he's
No,
defending the
I
ice guy,
agree.
is what
I mean,
you're saying.
that guy didn't have to blast 4 caps in her.
But
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
it's one ice guy, and there's probably a handful of those guys that would have done that.
However, here's I don't know if you guys do this or not, but on the local news, they've been breaking this down every single night for the last freaking month. The guy that shot her 6 months earlier was doing his job and got hit by someone targeted him with a car and he got hit by a car. 6 months earlier, the guy that pulled the trigger got hit by a car. Someone got targeted him with a car to get him.
While he was a police officer, or
Yes, trying to enforce the law. He had been hit 6 months earlier by a driver.
so maybe
He shouldn't have been working.
maybe he had PTSD
He did have
and,
PTSD.
and shouldn't
that's
have been there with the gun.
Exactly.
Multiple times here in Minnesota, that's been
Bravo on
that's
you,
been
Gary. That's the best
talked about.
analysis.
Does that make it right, wrong, or indifferent? I can't tell you. But
He should have been at a desk somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust myself with owning a gun. I don't want guns near me, and even if I didn't have PTSD, I'd probably feel that way. But especially since I have PTSD, don't want to own a gun.
This guy should have been at a desk, not out on the street with a gun.
Exactly.
People don't want to be subdued.
Yeah, there's other jobs besides holding a gun for people with PTSD. Plenty of them. So, well, I think it's about time to wrap
Yeah.
up. What do you think, fellas?
Yep, I think it's good enough for today.
All right. Well, Bruce, you wanna hit the camera? Thank you for joining us today for the No More Bohica podcast. I hope you have a wonderful day, and till next time.